because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your...
Yo. Yeah. Everything straight. We're waiting on you. All right. Say less. I got you.
Yo, YouTube, we back at it like crack addicts. It's your boy, Boss Cross, big CEO of Cross Your Heart, man. I appreciate y'all coming up here, rocking with me, man. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel, man, the movement that we got going on, the brand. Everything's been going great, man, and I'm truly blessed. Man, hey, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Hey, man, share the channel out, man. The channel's doing numbers. I appreciate y'all. Again, man, I can't say no more than I just said, man. And I be him and he be me. And this is Boss Cross. So check this out, man. We have one right here. She's back in the paper again. And well, she's never left the paper, you know. And of course, allegedly the feds and stuff are watching her misappropriate these funds. You have trustees that they don't like each other. They're having these secret meetings. And I'm talking about the notorious city mayor, Tiffany Haynard. So Tiffany is back in it again, I guess dealing with tenants, right? Now, what's been said is, I guess she must have rented, or she was renting out property or homes to people. This one woman went through a bad experience. Right now, I guess she's up and living in a hotel, and she's telling her story about, like, hey, I had a rental property that I rented from them, and what happened was they come to find out there were mold. Well, then they said I guess it was condemned. The house couldn't be livable, but then somehow was approved to be livable. But then later on, it found out not to be. It's something weird like that. So let's go ahead and get into this. Make sure y'all comment on this, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this city girl. Because Tiffany, she doing her thing. She in the press. Also, a lot of people don't even know she did drop her new podcast. And she going at people, though. I don't know if y'all saw it, but man, hey, I mean, being watched by the feds. You got a podcast. They're saying misappropriate money. You're going at it with the people on the board. This is crazy. This is going to probably be in the story one day. This is going to be like a movie, some Lifetime or something like that. I don't know what this is going to be. So let's get into it and see what they talking about.
Water leaks. Nearly 3 months ago, we first exposed serious problems in a South suburban rental home owned by a Dalton Village trustee.
Since then, the renter says it's only gotten worse. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozloff has also learned that trustee is pocketing tens of thousands of your tax dollars for a house that's now unlivable.
You need to get your clothes out for school.
Jacqueline Smith and her 2 children called this hotel room home for almost a month. Ever since the Dalton house they were renting from village trustee Tiffany Haynard was slapped with this.
Wow, not approved for occupancy. So y'all heard it. So allegedly Tiffany rented them to the spot. Now it's not approved. So now they've been living, and man, I feel bad for them because that's a family living in a hotel. You know what I'm saying? Go from rent a spot. You done gave these people money. They're not trying to, I don't know. We'll see if they're trying to give the money back. I mean, again, this is crazy.
Big red sign that I cannot live there because it's unlivable.
Unlivable mostly because of mold.
All mold.
Wow.
Growing on the bottom.
That's got to be rough, man. Look at it like that. I mean, you talking about mold. You got mold and stuff in the house, and when it gets bad, when a lot of people don't know that there's certain types of mold. You know what I'm saying? You got the white, the white spores and stuff like that. When it gets like that, but just to have mold building up in the house, and I mean, I can only imagine the inside and the attic. You talking about between the walls there. A lot of times when there's mold, mold grow in dark places, right, and wet. You know what I'm saying? The spores. Especially what is that, black mold or whatever it is, that's the one, man, that gets into it and causes respiratory infection. You know what I'm saying? And also COPD and things of that nature.
of the shoes is mold.
Mold that Smith's landlord, Trustee Haynard, pledged to immediately clean up after.
Oh man, yeah. See, looking at, if y'all look there up there in the top in those pictures, I mean, this mold coming out. Oh my God, that's like, yeah, and that's black mold. See, that's the stuff right there, man. That's dangerous. No wonder it's not condemnable. They will have to, man. I mean, you're talking about that's on the outside, you know, where the vinyl and stuff is at.
After we first reported on the problem in August.
And that's where it started.
Smith says workers came and painted. The house even passed a village inspection. Issues abated, notes Inspector Brian Thigpen in this September report, except they weren't.
Wow. So, okay. So I guess what they're alleging is that you had an inspector that worked for the city and came out there and wrote the inspection, but cleared it. And then they just painted on it. I'm surprised how they even wanted to go in there and paint. Like, come on, man. Like, even wanted to go in there and paint. Like, that is dangerous. The mold on the outside.
It's horrible.
Enter activist David Lowry, who called Dolton directly. Suddenly, the house deemed livable on September 3rd became unfit for occupancy on October 15th.
Wow. So they're saying September. So you're telling me September the 3rd, the inspection date was approved. And then not only that, less than a month later, a little bit over a month later, it was deemed unlivable. Oh, man. These notes must, man. And then think about it. A lot of people don't know this too, is they can't take those clothes, that stuff that's in them closets, and you can't take, you got to, I mean, I guess you can clean it, but no, I don't think so. I wouldn't, you know, that stuff got to be moved out or thrown away. You know what I'm saying? Like the walls got to be ripped down. That's all got to be like completely, you know, it's probably the trees or something. I don't know, but it's definitely maybe a leak somewhere.
Lowry's theory?
The trustee used her power and influence.
We caught up with Haynard before last week's board meeting. I want to talk to you about that house on Dearborn. Can we do that?
My attorney's right here, so if you got any questions, I have legal counsel. Talk to my attorney.
So you want me to talk to your attorney and not you? You can't tell me how that house failed an inspection in October when it just passed it beforehand?
If you have any questions, talk to my attorney.
Man, she's something, boy, Tiffany, something else, man. Like, she know the law. And then her attorney, like, don't put me on the spot. I wonder if she was her attorney. Because she was thrown off. Usually she would have been like, hold on, let me, you know, you can't talk to my client. She didn't even say nothing, almost like she threw it off on her. She dipped.
So we did.
The inspection process is within control of the village, not of the trustee. She has been instructed by the village attorney to be treated just like any other property owner.
Dolton's attorney says the house's inspection history is under investigation. And village records show a slew of past problems, with the house passing, then failing, then passing inspections for years.
So that even shows you that it was not livable. It was not livable from the initial start. And somebody probably got it. You know how they would have some short sales. Somebody was like, man, you can get this house right here for 12. All you got to do is fix it up, redo it, man. And then you go in there and you realize, man, that's bad. Now, the lot, you should tear it down if anything. But again, if they're not booming in that city, that's just an open lot. But you at least have some property on it. You know, I don't know what the taxes would be, but I would tear that down. That is not livable.
Even before the Housing Authority of Cook County approved it as a rental property eligible for government housing assistance money, or
Section 8. They was going after, that's crazy because, you know, Section 8, when you go rent property and get like the contract or get somebody on sec, that's guaranteed money. That money is coming to you every month. You don't have to even worry about that money not coming to you. That's automatically, is that check cut to you. That check coming to you.
Section 8. An HACC employee says as a landlord, Haynard's received $36,866 taxpayer dollars in Section 8 rent payments since 2017.
Wow. A good question is, I wonder if people, that's why it's probably an investigation of who are the ones who had these houses and they failed, and then who would buy a house that failed and is not condemned and redo it again, unless, allegedly there could be some type of connection of passing the buck on to somebody else within the group and letting them run it until it's not livable, and then turn around and sell it to your homeboy. That's the way I'm looking at it. Maybe it could be. Y'all tell me what you think on that.
Smith moved in. Money that kept coming even after this foreclosure notice was filed against the house last year.
We're staying in a hotel, so.
All the while, Dolton taxpayers even helped foot the bill to keep Smith's family off the streets.
He thought that, the village should be compassionate. She had nowhere to go. She had children. What we thought was to actually bill Trustee Haynard.
I learned this afternoon that Jacqueline Smith and her kids are now staying with a friend. The village is no longer paying for the hotel, and she doesn't have the money. I'm still
Oh, man, that's what I'm saying. Think about it. So now, this woman, they did that because somebody knew they was in the wrong. You know what? Let's just go on. We feel bad because we done ran the game and we done got the money that we going to get because, again, now the government is saying this is not livable. So, hey, guess what? Hey, man, because we already got the money. I mean, think about it. They could at least help the woman try to find another residency. Now she's back at square one. Imagine the devastation of trying, especially living and in whatever economy she's living in. And again, that's a small town. So just to think about it, them trying to figure out how to get some money. She's worked hard to obtain it, or whatever the case could be. She's on assistance. She did the proper stuff. Maybe she's, again, not everybody's a bad person that gets assistance. So it's not a permanent fix. It's only a temporary thing, but not a permanent fix. So again, her getting her start, and the whole time her kids and them have to be subjected to being in a very bad health environment that can cause kids to have respiratory infections long down the line. So one, I'm glad that she got up out of that situation, but Tiffany, you got some explaining to do. And who is all this connected, and why all this is coming out now? And why are you so brazen and so arrogant? I know you know the law, but man, somewhere you got to have some compassion, man. I get it, but come on, man, you got to have some compassion, man, because there's too many situations, especially you as a woman and people depending on you to, help them, especially if you're bringing into this new generation. At least understand that, maybe you could have helped that woman. Maybe you could have just been like, you know what? We don't want to see you on there. We'll help you out and pay. Think about it. The cost of it, they probably got it for free, they might have a relationship with the hotel. So they really didn't do much because, again, you sent her without any type of resolution to be able to move forward in life. So, you got to ask yourself that, man, like, where are we at in this world, man? Where's the compassion that to even have that? And I don't know, man. And again, man, we're going to start seeing, but it's just a lot of things coming out. Again, I don't wish nothing bad on people, but man, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you looking at it and you seeing all this mold around all this, come on, man, something ain't right. Especially when they got kids. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the kids' fault. So on that note, I appreciate y'all. Y'all been plugged in with the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart.